Welcome to Spiritism Explored and Explained, where we take you on a journey of discovery of the other side, the spirit realm, the universe from which you came and shall return. Spiritual contracts. How are we prepared for the next life? We carefully plan out our trials before we commence the reincarnation process in the spirit realm. While still a spirit getting ready to come back to earth in a physical form, we make solemn promises to perform up to our own expectations. The passage which I will read is from the book Happy Days, Dias Felices in Portuguese. It was written by the spirit Honorario. It tells us to carefully examine ourselves for clues for what areas of our lives we need to improve. I found it to be directly speaking to me concerning my past failures. This is what he says. The responsibilities we have consciously embraced as immortal spirits are spiritual contracts of great importance and are to be observed during our transitory corporeal existences. The agreement established between the team of spiritual instructors and the reincarnating spirit, they are responsible for preparing, constitute an existential contract of fundamental significance in the conscience of the individual being instructed. This contract contains all the tasks to be accomplished so that the candidate for spiritual self-development can achieve its objectives and make reparations toward its own conscience and towards all other persons involved in its reincarnatory path. Those who accept the work of amending their family ties receive specific orientation from groups of spirits composed of pedagogues, psychopedagogues, and psychologists and other noble individuals who achieved success in previous lives while going through the same challenge as members of a family. This orientation will allow them to better comprehend and assimilate the possibilities that they also have of achieving success during the future experience in the physical realm. They will be more likely to practice the teachings which will continuously echo in the acoustics of their soul and thus encourage them to proceed as previously prepared before the reincarnation. Let me stop there for a second. What is he telling us? He's telling us that we are part of the process to improve ourselves on earth. Spiritism, brought to us by Allan Kardec in the 1850s, the third revelation, exposes everything about our life on earth, why we are here, what we must do. And now a spirit communication is telling us that we engage in spiritual contracts. Let me finish. This is what he says more. Those who think that the preparation for a new reincarnation is simple, only consisting in the desire of the reincarnating spirit and the support of spiritual benefactors responsible for that process, still do not comprehend the reincarnation process, which involves the active participation of various departments in the spirit realm, aiming to prepare adequately the errant spirit in its progress. Once registered in the reincarnation program, the spirit undergoes a routine of study and work that is fundamental to the strengthening of its willpower. The education it receives solidifies to its maximum capability in its own soul the need to cultivate noble feelings, as it knows that once reincarnated, the influence of matter and the law of forgetfulness are challenges to be surpassed through much hard work and dedication. All the good actions the incarnated spirit practices on earth are the result of its own choices, which were lucidly accepted before reincarnating. The memorable teachings given to Allan Kardec by the enlightened spirits explain how responsible the reincarnating spirit is, as it has co-authored with God its own reincarnation and test it must undergo. It is a clear exercise of the law of free will. The choice of tests to be lived by the spirit while undergoing the physical experience are the result of a delicate reincarnation spiritual preparation. The investments made during this process are profound and meticulously organized, so that the spirit, now under a new personality in this existential journey, has a greater chance to emerge victorious. If the incarnated spirit takes the time to analyze its own conscience, it will perceive the nuances of the reincarnation plan, inviting it to the execution of the previously embraced duties. It is not necessary to know the exact details or earth-shaking information in order to hear in itself the guidance received before returning to the corporeal life. As a matter of fact, knowing exact details about our reincarnation plan seldom takes place with anyone once immersed in the physical plane. It is invaluable to the spirit to find it in itself the most intrinsic vices and the most natural and developed qualities. This self-knowledge will ease the process of knowing what it must do for itself in the execution of its spiritual objectives. Understanding the fragility of the human soul and the tendency we have to corrupt our own spiritual commitments, Jesus instructed us in the question asked by Mark 9-19, "You unbelieving generations, how long should I stay with you?" So the human race could forever understand that when it comes to moral progress, the presence and assistance of Jesus alone is not enough, but rather that we must also fulfill the responsibilities dictated by our conscience, feeling His message in the deepness of our hearts. This is the message from the High Spirit. In other words, it is all up to us and our commitment to fulfill what we said we would achieve. Easier said than done on earth, with 1,000 emotions assaulting you daily and outside forces that constantly distract your attention and pull you toward what is expedient for you, not what is right. Improving ourselves is not an easy struggle, but the effort is worth the price. Life in one of the heavenly cities is a joy that is hard for us to imagine. We must all strive for that. We must all strive for improvement. And to better improve, we must understand the spirit world. We must understand the processes and organization of the spirit world. We must understand ourselves and what our potential is as a spirit. I recommend you read my series of 3 books. Book 1, Heaven and Below. Book 2, Spirit and the Spirit Universe. And Book 3, How We Are Guided by Spirits. These will all tell you what the spirit world has revealed to us. These will open the windows. These will open the doors so you can understand what is behind the veil, what is on the other side, the spirit universe, our life, our true life, the life we will live for the vast majority of our immortality. To learn how to ascend, read my book, How to Live, Inner Peace Through Spiritism. The Spirit Andre Luis wrote a poem. In each verse in it gives us a step-by-step guide on how to improve ourselves, how to change our attitude, how to modify our character so we can achieve to be one day a perfect spirit. God bless you.